man. Does that sound small to you? How about a fighter and the queen? It's true. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But small isn't our style. We say that big things have big beginnings, and we are NXT, live 2-hour premiere tonight at 8 with limited commercials. They say big things have small beginnings. But then again, they know nothing. The big dog and the beast slayer, the boss and the man. Does that sound small to you? How about a fighter and the queen? It's true. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But small isn't our style. We say that big things have big beginnings, and we are NXT, live Wednesdays at 8, only on USA. They say big things have small beginnings, but then again, they know nothing. The big dog and the beast slayer, the boss and the man. Does that sound small to you? How about a fighter and the queen? It's true. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But small isn't our style. We say that big things have big beginnings, and we are NXT, live 2-hour premiere next with limited commercials. They say big things have small beginnings, but then again, they know nothing. The big dog and the beast slayer, the boss and the man.
And now, WWE Network presents NXT Pre-Show.
NXT Universe tonight, history is being made. We are coming to you from a sold-out house at Full Sail University as NXT makes its 2-hour program premiere on the USA Network. The world is watching as several titles are on the line for an ultra-special and historic event tonight. Everybody, welcome to the NXT Pre-Show. We are smack dab in the middle of WWE's Premiere Week. I'm your host, Charlie Caruso, and these two gentlemen to my left, they join me for each and every NXT TakeOver event, and tonight is no different. So let's get the introductions started. First of all, he is one half of the Jim Norton and Sam Roberts show, the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts.
Thank you. Thank you. Tonight is a little different because it's not a takeover.
It is not a takeover.
It could be even bigger than a takeover.
Ooh.
3 titles on the line, 2-hour premiere. This is NXT at its finest.
It's almost crazy to think that we're here right now doing this, but here we are.
Unbelievable.
All right, and then over to my far left, he is the host of the Pat McAfee Show. He's also an ESPN commentator. He's also a small business owner. What else do you do, Pat McAfee? Everything.
The only thing I do is get excited for evenings like tonight. The NXT Universe is already electric. It's going to be a magnetic evening tonight inside the Full Sail University Arena, and I am pumped for the live 2-hour premiere on USA Network. Honored to be here. Sam, you look fantastic. You do as well, Charlie. But tonight we're in for a good one.
Well, and look at this crowd in front of us. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy to think how far NXT has really become as a brand, you guys?
Well, you can feel the enthusiasm of a group of fans that watch this brand that started as developmental become a full-fledged third brand of the WWE. That's exactly what happens tonight.
And I would argue that this fan base is one of the main reasons why NXT is so successful. They are such a passionate group, a loud group, a loyal group, and tonight they're expecting a great show, as are we, and that's all the NXT roster delivers.
And you're certainly not responsible for it. Go on,
They
Charlie.
are expecting a great show, and a great show is something they are absolutely going to get. We have 3 titles on the line tonight in NXT's 2-hour premiere on the USA Network. First off, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, defending the Women's Championship against a woman who shows no fear, and that is Candice LeRae. So will Shayna be stripped of the title that she's held for nearly a year, or is she walking out of Full Sail still with the gold in hand? Next up, we have NXT champion Adam Cole, the accomplished leader of the Undisputed Era, putting the most coveted title in NXT on the line this evening against the original bro, Matt Riddle, who wants nothing more than to prove himself tonight on primetime national television. And 2 more members of the Undisputed Era also in action, currently in a record-setting 3rd title reign. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish defending their tag team titles against the feisty Street Profits in a battle that is sure to tear the house down.
Springboard, wow!
What? Oh, my God, he's there!
The Street Profits are the new NXT Tag Team Champs! It's a Solo Cup celebration!
The prophecy has finally been fulfilled.
Oh, wow! Undisputed Era have done it!
With all this success that we've had, there are people who want to get in the way of that.
The hunger for more gold around our waist.
Yes!
Undisputed Era, we taking back what's ours.
They are not on our level, they are not in our league, and they certainly aren't coming anywhere close to these tag team titles.
This match promises to be a 5-alarm blaze!
Now that's undisputed.
And it is a prophecy fulfilled by the men getting out of this vehicle right here, the Undisputed Era. 9 months ago, they promised to be draped in gold, and guess what? Tonight, they are entering Full Sail, all with their respective titles in hand. All right, we have one more addition to our panel here going on tonight, guys. He's a Grammy-nominated hip-hop artist, none other than one of NXT's biggest fans, Wale.
What's up? Yeah, we making history tonight, y'all.
Wale. You hear that, Sam? That's what happens when a star walks in the building wearing Louis Vuitton sunglasses. Mr. Wale.
How y'all doing?
Wale, first of all, I want to congratulate you. You have a new single out called On Chill.
Yeah.
And also, you have a 6th album coming out.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying, wow, that's crazy about your 6th album. It's literally called Wow, That's Crazy. So congratulations, and it's easy to see who you're rooting for tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for everybody here, though. I'm rooting for everybody in NXT.
Oh, I like that.
This is history tonight.
I've seen you around at NXT events since I started here. I mean,
Yeah.
you are a long-time, very
Absolutely.
big fan of the brand.
You talk
Ain't no
about
party like a Full Sail party, you know what I'm saying?
Full Sail party don't stop.
Stop.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Talk about wow, that's crazy. But you know what's crazy? NXT being on the USA Network.
Yeah.
2 hours tonight and every Wednesday after tonight. Did you ever think you'd see the day as a fan?
Wow. When I saw Titus O'Neil and all of those guys doing all those drills, and when NXT first started, I didn't think we'd get here exactly, but we are here and we are turned up, aren't we, Full Sail? Okay then.
I believe we are lit, Mr. Wale.
Yes, we are lit.
That's what the kids are saying these days, lit.
You'll be joining the Street Profits this evening.
Yeah, well, am I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I read on the internet that
I
you
have
would
a Street
be.
Profits t-shirt. I don't know.
Oh.
Does anybody have a red cup for me, though?
Oh.
It's not enough. Oh, yeah?
You know what? I'm curious. I don't think we've ever really figured out what's in the red cup. Has anyone ever figured it out
I
yet?
know what's in mine.
What's in your red cup?
Dreams, baby.
Oh, okay.
Better
Wow,
not
that's
to
crazy.
ask. Wale,
That's
you
crazy.
can hear how excited the fans are to see
Yeah.
the Street Profits, as excited as you are, because they've seen the performances that the Street Profits have given on NXT shows for a long time now. But for the people who have only seen the Street Profits on the USA Network, the people that have seen the Street Profits take part in painfully silly skits about nothing.
Whoa.
For those people.
That's entertainment, Sam.
Whoa.
What can they expect to see
What's
from the
going on?
Street Profits?
I didn't know if I heard you correctly. Like, can you kind of like just, say that again?
He's a hater.
Nah, I just want to make sure. I didn't know he was going to behave this way when I was on stage.
You never know
What's
what
up
to
with you,
expect from
Sam?
this
Sam,
one.
you've been acting funny since you've been growing that beard. What's up with you, man?
Yeah, you're acting brand new,
What's
Sam.
up, man?
Nobody likes it,
your,
Sam.
You cut your fro down. You grow your beard out. Who do you think you are? What's
I'm
going
a
on?
professional, and we're not here to talk about me or my beard or my hair. We're here to talk about the Street Profits and the fact
Yes.
that we're going to hopefully,
The best tag team in NXT, by the way.
Well, they're not the champions.
Hold on. You just said you weren't rooting for anyone in particular. Now you're saying they're the best tag team in NXT.
I just said they're the best. I'm rooting for both teams, but they're just the best tag team.
They are very entertaining, for sure. Is there anything we can expect to see from you tonight, Wale? I know you're here as a
I'm
fan,
just
but
here
is there
as a
anything
fan.
else you have in store for us? Maybe?
I got a call with Triple H, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to see what happens.
Triple H answers your calls?
Yeah, do you don't answer yours?
You got him on speed dial?
I know Sam don't even got his number, but
I DM. DM is good, too.
He slides in the DM.
I heard he blocked you on
Do
Twitter.
you think he did? He did. He did. Do you think that the Street Profits, once tag team champions of NXT, no longer, may have lost their edge?
No. They got a little, maybe they got a little unfocused by having to do Raw and
Silliness.
NXT. It's not silliness.
It's entertainment, Sam.
Maybe Vince maybe wants them to do it, and they got to do it, right?
Yep.
But today they focus.
Well, you see them all over the place. They're in high demand right now.
They are in high demand, but they are focused right now. And take that look off your face because I think you're doubting my guys, the Street Profits, Samuel.
Well, they lost the tag titles in their last tag team championship match. They're a great team. I've said it before.
Losing don't make you a loser.
What did?
Oh, quitting makes you a loser. Ain't that right,
There you
Wale?
go right there.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
it. Alley-oop and dunk right there.
Bam!
Losing don't make you a loser.
Quitting makes you a quitter like Pat was in the NFL.
I
Losing does
retired.
make you a loser.
I retired. There's a big difference. I hung them up, Sam Roberts. The Undisputed Era is an incredible tag team. Do you have any worries tonight for your Street Profits?
We got to look out for Adam Cole. They like to
He's a bum, yeah.
Yeah, they like to play with the shenanigans and the chicanery and all of that. So there's always a third person involved in those matches.
Crazy.
I'm all about the
So
chicanery.
it's a lot of chicanery, but respect to them. But they gotta keep their head on the swivel. As Coach
Wale, thank you so much. We hope to hear some exciting news from you after you get off the phone with Triple H later on. Speaking of Triple H,
Let's
he
go.
will be joining us later on. All right, guys, we have so much more coming up later on the pre-show. Wale, thank you so much
Sam,
again.
get yourself together,
we want
sir.
to see you get on the phone with Triple H later. And guys, Triple H coming up to
We're gonna
join
get
us
Sam
on
we're gonna get
the
Sam off the
pre-show
block
later on
now.
this evening. So stick with us. We got a lot more coming your way.
Wale's the champ. Okay?
If you smell
The Rock
what The Rock is cooking
lays the smack down.
in front of the millions, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
On the premiere of Friday Night SmackDown. This Friday, 8, 7 Central. Only on Fox.
We are smack dab in the middle of WWE's premiere week, and it is time to smell what The Rock is cooking. The Brahma Bull making his long-awaited return to WWE this Friday on the premiere of SmackDown on Fox. And we all saw what Brock Lesnar did to Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic on Raw, didn't we? And now the Beast is coming for Kofi Kingston in his WWE title. That championship bout live on Friday Night SmackDown. And the drawn-out rivalry between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens looks to come to an end on Friday because the loser of this match will be fired from WWE for good. So who stays and who goes? Tune into SmackDown this Friday on Fox. All right, we have so much going on here on the pre-show. It is a packed house. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out. We are ready for the 2-hour premiere of NXT on the USA Network. So we have a sold-out house here at Full Sail Arena, guys, and I gotta just reiterate how crazy it is that NXT has come this far.
I mean, I don't think anybody, not that nobody thought that NXT would get this far. I was talking to Pete Dunne earlier today, and he described tonight as the dream that NXT didn't even know that they had. And tonight it's coming true.
I think if you watched any of the takeovers, though, it was almost imminent that this brand was going to get put on a national showcase. I mean, every single time this brand is asked to put on a show, all they do is steal the weekend. They do incredible things. I'm very excited for the people who have never heard of NXT before, who are just cruising through the channels. They find USA Network and they say, what is this? Oh, it's the most athletic form of entertainment I've ever seen in my entire life, with incredible storylines and incredible sports entertainment. And I think the world is lucky. I think NXT has earned this, and I think this is only the beginning for a brand that started as a developmental league and now is taking over the world.
Well, something else I think that makes NXT so unique is right in front of us. All of you, the fans. I mean, they have been here since day one, really rooting on their favorite superstars. And guys, I was here 3 years ago working NXT, doing interviews backstage. I remember every single Wednesday, we always had a packed house, and people did not have a lack of energy at any point in time.
Well, the Macho Man Randy Savage put it best when he said cream rises to the top. When you present a roster that's as talented as the NXT roster is, and you put on a product that's as good as the NXT product is, you're gonna develop this rabbit of a fan base.
I agree with that completely, and that's why Triple H, I think, has done such a good job of acknowledging how incredible the NXT universe is. If you saw after the 1 hour debut of USA, then over to the WWE Network, he went into the crowd and basically thanked everybody of the NXT universe. They're a massive part of this whole thing, and I think tonight they are also going to put on a show as well, and I think the world's going to enjoy it.
That universe is about to get a lot bigger, by the way.
Well, we want to say thank you to all of you again, of course. Would not be the same without you, and I know they're excited because we have 3 championships on the line tonight, and that includes the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, who defends the Women's Championship against a woman who shows zero fear, Candice LeRae. So will Shayna be stripped of the title she's held for nearly a year now, or is she going to walk right out of this place with the gold still in hand?
All these people cheering her name, all these people will be crying on Wednesday.
Of course Shayna was watching the match. She has this weird tactic where she tries to intimidate people. She's like the big bully on campus.
I am the only 2-time NXT Women's Champion in history. People don't just lose a match when they get in the ring with me. They lose days off of their career.
And I know in the past I haven't really had much luck in defeating Shayna, but I haven't been myself. But now I'm ready to be me and I'm ready to go. I haven't been waiting my whole life for this moment. I've been working my whole life for this moment.
Live on USA Network, in front of millions of viewers, I will show everyone exactly what it is that she won.
It's my time to show the world on USA Network that it's time for Candice LeRae to beat Candice LeRae.
And Shayna Baszler determined to continue her nearly year-long dominant reign atop NXT. Here you see her joined by 2 of her 4 horsewomen sisters, Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir. Now, their mere presence means trouble for this woman right here. That's Candice LeRae. She's been clawing her way to the top for this very opportunity with the steadfast support of her husband, Mr. NXT, Johnny Gargano. All right, the NXT Women's Championship. This has been something we have seen match after match, but oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Shayna Baszler, there we go.
Shayna Baszler almost put you to sleep.
I know.
She puts everybody to
Guys,
sleep. She's incredible.
Guys, she's very incredible. She's very dominant. I mean, each and every time we see her come out on top, can we expect the same thing tonight?
Well, look, I mean, I think we're all in love with the Candice LeRae story and watching her rise, and I think a lot of the NXT universe has followed Candice LeRae even before she got here, and everybody knows how hard she's worked to get here, and everybody knows how much she deserves this match. But I don't think I'm crazy when I say that I don't think it's going to be all that competitive.
I hate agreeing with you. I do. I think Candice LeRae is one of the toughest individuals to ever step in a ring. I think she can take a beating and keep it moving. But what Shayna Baszler does is not only win from a physical standpoint, but just looking at, I accidentally bumped into her in catering back here in the trailer behind Full Sail University Arena here, and I thought I was going to get my arm back. Remember, she says snap, tap, or crap. She means that to everybody.
She doesn't say that.
Forever.
She does say that for everybody.
That's not what she
and when
says.
Shayna Baszler wants to win, she will win. I mean, that's just what she does. And Candice LeRae, I love her. Mrs. Sports Entertainment, the whole thing about it. I love the story. I like Johnny's Sports Entertainment. But the thing about this is Shayna is just, she's impossible to stop. It feels
She is impossible to stop. We all love that Gargano family fairy tale. We've seen Gargano go through it, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. We've watched Candice LeRae go through it. But if we know the Gargano family fairy tale, we know that we're at the part where we have the sad ending.
No. No, it's going to be a happy. Nah, it's not. It's not going to be a happy ending.
Candice is a very talented competitor. Shayna Baszler, though, I mean, as we just spoke about, she is on a different level.
Yes.
It's been proven time and time again.
And she's got backup.
She's got backup. And, you know, just having them around is an intimidating factor, definitely
don't know how
for
to
Candice
say this,
LeRae.
but if Shayna Baszler wanted to tonight, I think she could beat up Johnny and Candice if she really wanted to. And that is just, the Gargano family could get it from Shayna Baszler tonight. That's just the way Shayna Baszler operates. The Queen of Spades looks like she's never going to give up that belt until she wants to.
Championship.
Let's see what the crowd, what do you guys think?
Yikes.
Shayna Baszler or Candice LeRae?
Yikes.
Oh, I actually don't even know what they just said. I couldn't really
They know it's
determine.
Shayna. They
know
want
it's
to say
Shayna. These
Candice,
people are
but they know
smart
it's
people.
They
Shayna.
don't want to say it because they're all scared of what could come their way should they not say Shayna. There you go.
I don't know.
All right, well, we have a lot more to come here on the pre-show, guys. We still have a NXT Championship match to talk about, and guess who is going to be joining us for that? The brains behind the black and gold brand, Triple H, is joining us right here on the pre-show.
He's coming here?
Stay with us.
That's insanity.
They say big things have small beginnings. But then again, they know nothing. The big dog and the beast slayer, the boss and the man. Does that sound small to you? How about a fighter and the queen? It's true. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But small isn't our style. We say that big things have big beginnings, and we are NXT, live tonight at 8, only on USA.
Thank you to Slipknot for All Out Life, the official NXT theme song. All Out Life available now on iTunes and Spotify. And the energy here at Full Sail University is at a fever pitch with NXT's 2-hour premiere on the USA Network, less than 10 minutes away. A special night for the black and gold brand emanating from the very place that NXT TV began. All right, this is a very historic, a very special night for the black and gold brand. And one man that we would love now to introduce to our panel is the brains behind NXT. Triple H.
Oh, no. No. I almost walked off the stage when he got up here, to be honest. Thank you.
That is an honor that he would say that.
That means a lot there. Mr. Triple H obviously is here. The brains behind everything. What an incredible rise NXT has had. There's no way you could have expected this, but now that it's here, bravo, boss man.
Thank you. I couldn't be happier. You know, this moment, it started right here with all of you. This is your brand, and this is what you created. It really comes down to that. You know, coming here to Full Sail, being back here, being in our home. This is a huge night for all these talent to show the world just who they are.
Now, obviously, we all saw the potential of NXT. I mean, it's been so evident as the weeks and the months and the years have gone by, but is this moment, would you call it surreal for you?
A little bit. You know, we sat here in a structure just like this when we did the first arrival here. And, you know, it was a surreal night then, but to look back as everybody talked about the success of that, I was like, I don't want to talk about how this was a good event because it's a one-off. And if we do 1 or 2 of these, that's great. But come back to me in 5 or 6 years. If 5 or 6 years from now, people are still going crazy, if 5 or 6 years from now, we're still lighting the world on fire, then we've accomplished something. And here we are 5 years later. This thing is hotter than ever. Tonight, USA, 8 p.m. live for the world. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And this is the moment. This is the moment that everyone here is going to get to show the world that we are NXT, and when they're done, I swear, everybody that performs here tonight, the people that are watching tonight, we're all going to look at the world and say, follow that.
Oh, hey, I like that.
Triple H, you were on my radio show this morning. First of all, you did fantastic. And
thank you. Way to get a plug in for your own stuff.
I thought it was important.
Called you out.
I also appreciate the haircut.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be professional, but it's not about me. It's about what you said this morning, which is that this is the moment that something that you once took over as a department becomes the full-fledged third brand of the WWE. Was that always your goal?
The intent was to put out the best product possible in a way that people were demanding it to be put out. You know, at this moment in time, I feel like this is the moment that all of you have made a platform like NXT that you say now it's Raw, it's SmackDown, and it's NXT because you demanded it, because you put it on the map, and that's why we're here.
For people who have never seen NXT before, and they're just kind of bouncing around the channels, and they land on USA Network tonight from 8 to 10, what should they expect, and what do you think separates NXT from everybody else?
So to me, this is one of those things where there's moments in time where it's like flipping around the radio and you turn into pop music, and it's great. And it's phenomenal, and everybody's listening to it, and it's the popular thing that everybody's listening to. And then you flip over a couple stations down, and a heavy metal channel comes on, and it kicks your ass. We are gonna tonight, if you're flipping the channels and you flip over to us, we are gonna kick your ass.
Let's go!
All right, well, on that note, speaking of kicking ass, we have another match to break down, the NXT Championship match. So Triple H, hopefully you'll stick around to help us do just that. We have two very talented competitors who will be facing off for that championship this evening. One of those men is Matt Riddle, the original bro. He has wasted no time putting the current NXT champion Adam Cole on notice. He's been waiting for this opportunity. Now that he has it, promises he will not go down without a fight. But Cole knows all too well what it takes to remain on top. And tonight, right here at Full Sail University, it's Cole versus Riddle for the NXT championship.
Prophecy. Undisputed Era's destiny. My destiny. Dripping in gold.
I have nothing but respect for him. At the end of the day, he's one of the best in the business and one of the most competitive wrestlers in the game today, and he is the NXT champion. He's on the top of the pile right now, and his crew's on top of the pile. But at the same time, I don't think he has a chance against me.
Matt Riddle, you think you can take down a Prophecy?
I know he's good, I know he's crafty, but I'm way stronger.
Prophecy is something you can't understand.
I'm faster, I'm meaner.
Prophecy is something that is undisputed. You did everything in your power to make sure that you leave as a champion.
When he poked his little finger in my face, kind of tweaked his arm, and I heard it crack a couple times because when I grab a hold of something, I usually break it or tear it.
And guess what, Riddle? That's not enough. Wednesday night, Cole versus Riddle for my NXT championship.
Champs come and go. Legends stay forever.
Live on USA.
It's my time. It's my year. I've been here for 1 year. I haven't touched gold yet. This is my opportunity, and it's gonna happen.
I'm on fire, unlike anybody has ever been on fire before.
Right now, he's vulnerable, and I'm gonna take advantage of everything I can because I need that title.
Nobody can touch me. I will beat Matt Riddle. And that is undisputed.
A lot of things will come into play into this match, but we did just see Cole with a brace on his arm. He can't be at 100%, can he?
What you saw is Adam Cole with a cast on his arm. And here's the thing, I know what everybody doesn't know, which is he has a broken bone in his wrist.
Ooh.
Now, and that's a fact. So, and I know that's been reported a little bit, but it's an actual fact. He's got a broken bone in his wrist. When Matt Riddle grabbed him last week and put him in that armbar, something snapped in Adam Cole's wrist. He tried to get out of this. He tried to postpone this, but this is what it takes to be a champion. You suck it up here. This is NXT. There's no excuses. There's no crying about it. You suck it up. You tighten it up. You strap it up. You put a cast on it, and you get in the ring. As long as medical says he's cleared, and they said he was cleared tonight, so he's going to get a ring in the ring with a disadvantage. But if he's the man that he thinks he is, then he walks out of here champion.
You know, Matt Riddle has a disadvantage, too. I think in wrestling, you may have done a better job working with the numbers game than anybody in history. The people that you surrounded yourself with in your wrestling career, you still surround yourself with today. That's how you get successful. Now, let me ask you, Adam Cole's done the same thing. He's surrounded himself with the people he trusts that also happen to be some of the most skilled athletes on the planet. Every time I turn on Twitter, I feel like Matt Riddle has made another enemy. Can Matt Riddle win this match if he doesn't have any friends?
That'll be the test. I mean, I'm pretty sure Matt Riddle had to take an Uber here because no one would drive him.
That's what I've heard.
You know, that's the rumor anyways. And so, yeah, it's not about making friends, but Riddle, I don't think, has ever been a guy that relied on friends. Riddle's been a loner that relies on himself. He's a machine in that gym. He's a machine in the ring because he counts on nobody but himself, and he's done it since day one. There's a trick to being a guy that plays the numbers game, and like you said, trust me, I've done it better than anybody. The trick is not to become reliant on the numbers, but to have them there. If you are reliant, then that's all you count on, and if somebody else makes a mistake, it's to your detriment. If you rely on yourself, and there is just additional benefit to numbers, then that is when it is magic, and that will be the hard part for Adam Cole. Can he rely on himself?
They said on the internet, and I don't know how reliable the internet is, that is what is...
Not very.
Really? I respect that. That's where I live, but yikes. But that is leading off the show here. To make that decision to have Matt Riddle, the original bro, take on Adam Cole, the champion, to lead off the USA Network 2-hour premiere, what went into that, and what are you expecting?
Well, we have limited commercial breaks tonight, and what we are doing is starting the night off with Adam Cole versus Matt Riddle for the NXT Championship, and we will not go to a commercial break during that match. That match will be seen straight through.
Let's go.
And that is why we started with it, is tonight to deliver the biggest match we can right out the chute and show the world who we are, you know, NXT truly is.
Everybody knows that NXT is your baby. Who would you rather see be the face of your brand?
That is a terrible question.
Here's the thing. That is a win-win situation for me because Matt Riddle is one of the greatest grapplers to ever step in the ring, coming out of his MMA career. But Adam Cole, clearly Adam Cole, and has done what he has done and is Adam Cole, baby. So either way, I win.
I think Adam Cole is going to catch a couple bare feet right to the mouth tonight to lead off the USA Network 2-hour
it is time to go. Everyone,
premiere.
it is time to switch on the USA Network because NXT, a 2-hour premiere. Triple H, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for everything you've done for this brand. I know everyone out here appreciates it.
Show the world
who
you
ready,
are
guys?
right now.
Are you ready?
We are NXT.
Enjoy the show, everyone.
They say big things have small beginnings. But then again, they know nothing. The big dog and the beast slayer, the boss and the man. Does that sound small to you? How about a fighter and the queen? It's true. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But small isn't our style.